Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another Vintage Cube draft. Been having a really fun time playing this. I'm gonna keep playing it. So let's see. Out of this pack, there's a Land Tax, a Coercive Portal, a Wheel of Fortune, and Urza's Saga, which are all really good cards to start with. I think Urza's Saga keeps you the most open in terms of like what strategy you can go towards. Wheel of Fortune's fun, but it only goes in certain decks, and you kind of need power to like make it really good. Coercive Portal is just a strong magic card. We've got Fixing. Land Tax, also a card that only goes in a few specific magic decks. So let's take the Saga to start, and we'll see what happens. Not sure what kind of deck we'll be drafting today, but let's see. There's a Flicker Wisp, a Mystic Confluence, a Chrome Mox, a Phyrexian Revoker. I kind of like the Izzet Signet here. Out of the Signets, Izzet Signet is one of the better ones, especially if you're going to be trying to do artifacty stuff, because blue and red are the colors that interact with artifacts the best. Lotus Petal's good, Chrome Mox is good, but I think the Signet's going to be a little bit better for most decks. Chrome Mox you can use in aggressive applications, you can use in combo applications, but there's kind of a limit on how powerful this card can be, because you have to give up stuff. And if we're doing artifact stuff specifically, Chrome Mox is worse because we have too many colorless cards for it to be good. So I'm going to take the Izzet Signet. There's an Azorius Signet. We could try and wheel a Smokestack, which could make for a fun deck. There is also a Sword of Body and Mind and a Bitter Blossom. Yeah, I'm going to take the Signets. We got a couple of blue Signets. Blue is a really good color to have because like Tinker exists. There's a Winter Orb. This could be a Winter Orb deck. There's Show and Tell, which we could also possibly wheel and do like Artifact Ramp into like backup plan of Show and Tell. There's a Relic of Progenitus, so we should get something out of this pack. I'm going to take Winter Orb, because if we get a whole bunch of artifacts, Winter Orb is really strong. There's a Divining Top, there's an Ulamog, and a Frantic Search. I think I'm going to go with the Ulamog, because we could be doing like sneak attack stuff, or Through the Breach, or just hard artifact ramp, so we'll take the Ulamog. Let's see. So there's a Plateau, Wormcoil Engine, or Golgari Signet. I think I'm just going to take the Signet. We just load up on Signets. Ooh, Grim Monolith. That's a late Grim Monolith, too. Yeah, I'm going to take the Grim Monolith. Like, Porcelain Legionnaire, occasionally you can fit into an artifact deck, especially if this was like a more aggressive Urza's Saga deck. It'd be really good, but I will take a Grim Monolith. Let's see, Bazaar of Baghdad, there's a Turnabout. We can take Trop, and we could possibly be an Upheaval deck. Like, Soccer Tribe Elder or Tropical Island could fit in a deck like that. I'm going to take a Tropical Island. Blue and green are powerful colors. Blue specifically, green less so. But if this was to become an Upheaval deck, it's a really good use of our Signets and Artifact mana. Gruul Signet and Coercive Portal both came around. How many Signets do we want? Coercive Portal is a really good magic card because it helps, like, if we accelerate with artifacts really fast, it helps kind of recoup cards by redrawing them. Can I pass a Signet? I already have 3. I think I can pass a Signet for a Coercive Portal. Phyrexian Revoker wheeled, which is super nice. I will take Revoker. Smokestack wheeled, so we can definitely play stacks. We have Winter Orb. Winter Orb Smokestack is kind of brutal. And we'll have plenty of artifacts to sack to it. We can like Urza's Saga to make tokens and attack. I am liking this. And right now we're mono brown. There's a Ravages of War. Ravages of War is like somewhat decent with the artifact plan, but I think I'm actually going to take a Relic. Relic isn't a target for Urza's Saga. It's decent if you have Tolarian Academy. I'll just take the Fixing. I will also take the Nissa. Nissa's good with Tropical Island, specifically because she gives you benefit if you tap forests. There's Tolarian Academy, which this looks like a Tolarian Academy if there ever was a Tolarian Academy deck. We need, obviously, if we get like Soul Ring or Mana Vault or some Moxen, Tolarian Academy gets way better, but This is looking like a Tolarian Academy deck, which somebody could take this card if they have like any number of mocks. I kind of would like Echo of Eons because if we just like drop all of this stuff super quick, we can draw 7. We missed out on Wheel of Fortune in that regard, but I don't want to pass Academy. Somebody passed us a Mox Pearl, which is amazing. I'm absolutely going to take a Mox Pearl because that means turn 1 Signet or like turn 1 Grim Monolith into 2 Signets is possible. Yeah, we're taking the Power 9. Upheaval! Alright! I know what we're doing. I'm taking Upheaval. Sweet. This is looking like a sweet Magic deck. So we missed a Gruul Signet, but other than that, we got almost every card we wanted out of Pack 1, which is just amazing. Boros Signet, there's a Mindslaver. Mindslaver is pretty brutal. I think this goes in a pretty minimum number of decks, though. I'm kind of wanting to take the Signet and just pass Mindslaver and see if we can't wheel it. Because, like, other than a control deck or a deck that just has, like, Mishra's Workshop, not a lot of decks can actually play this card super effectively. Like, there's Tinker for it, but we'll take the Boros Signet. That would be another card that we could get that would be very good if we could get Tinker. But we've got 2 of the 4 blue Signets and 2 off-color ones. There's a Gilded Lotus, there's an Uro, a Cultivate, a Chain Lightning, and a Hangerback Walker. I'm just going to take the Gilded Lotus. It taps for color mana, so like we can play Upheaval, we can play like an Archon. If we get a random like Terastodon, we can cast it off of Gilded Lotus. And it, of course, goes very well with Upheaval. So like we'll have like all of the artifact ramp, minus like Soul Ring, Mana Vault, Mana Crypt, Black Lotus, if we have Thrawn Dynamo. Thrawn Dynamo and Worn Power Stone are like the only ones we're missing. Volcanic Island doesn't really help us do anything. We're not going to be getting the draw 7 that's red, Wheel of Fortune. Probe could be kind of nice, but I think I'm just going to take the other Signet. Like, the more Signets we have, the more consistent our early game becomes. Because, like, all of these are effectively the same card for us. They're just a mana rock. Especially because we have so few colored spells. Okay, this is a Lodestone Golem deck. I will take a Lodestone Golem. It's not really a Savannah deck. But, like, we could, if there was nothing in this pack, I would take Savannah. Nothing for us, I mean. It says Tanglewire, Mishra's Workshop, and Basalt Monolith. Basalt Monolith is a pretty big ramp spell, and it's very good with Upheaval. But I kind of want to take Mishra's Workshop because everything in our deck is an artifact except these 3 spells. Tanglewire is useful, and it's unfortunate that Basalt Monolith is in this pack, but there's only one Workshop, and we have Grim Monolith, so those are kind of similar. Regrowth is potentially good, especially if we get like Time Warp or Time Walk. We can pick Upheaval back up with it, which is really funny. Otherwise, I don't really see anything else in this pack that I want, so I'm going to take the Regrowth. Forge Master or Tezzeret. I think Tezzeret is just a little bit better than Forge Master, only because we do not have a Tinker target. Like, I'm tinkering for what? Smokestack? Whereas Tezzeret, like, actually can win the game by animating all of these into 5/5s. It can tutor more of them out. It can get Smokestack. It can untap them. Like, we're playing blue. Wow, this is not that great of a pack. I guess I take Hunt Master if I'm playing green. Like, Mindslaver, yes! The biggest, brownest deck. That's what we're playing right now. I'll take a Cultivate. Cultivate is fixing. We have no 3-drops, apparently. Progenitus, sure. I don't think we're casting a Progenitus, but you never know. We have every Signet under the sun. Okay, there's a Craterhoof Behemoth. There's a Mana Vault. There's an Inkwell Leviathan, which I'm hoping will wheel. Yeah, we take Mana Vault, because Mana Vault is so good in an Upheaval deck. There's Preordain. There's High Tide. If we, like, cut Nissa, we could cut all the green spells and play High Tide and just, like, Islands. And then just High Tide Eldrazi. What does this do? It's a 1-mana spell, 3 mana untap it, 2 mana make a Servo, 1 mana sack a Servo, make a Thopter, tap sack a Thopter, make an Artifact construct. I imagine this comes around, but if it does, I'm probably going to take it. I don't think this is a Preordain deck. We have so much Artifact ramp, I'm pretty confident that we could cast Ulamogs. So I think I'm just going to take an Ulamog. Like, there's so much mana at the moment. This is not the best Library of Alexandria deck, because we want to just, like, play out all of our spells. Because we're going to cast a whole bunch of Signets super early. This could be a Raphellos deck. Like, we have Tropical Island, we have Nissa, we have some decent green ramp. Alternatively, I can get Factor Fiction. But, like, Raphellos is just a really, really good mana rock on legs if we're playing majority forests, which we're kind of just, like, splashing Upheaval at this point. But we have multiple blue Signets, so it's not like that's that difficult. Alternatively, we can, like, cast a whole bunch of Signets and then try and Factor Fiction to reload our hand. That might be better. This is a tough call. I'm going to take the Factor Fiction. I shouldn't have. I should have taken Raphellos, because here's a channel. Here's a channel, and I have 2 Eldrazi. Yeah, we're taking channel. This is definitely a channel deck. I mean, like, look at how many things we can channel into. We can just channel and cast everything in our hand turn 1. Like, if we had a Mox Emerald. Channel is not a very fun card, because all of the games that you cast channel in are relatively the same, but I can't not take it for this deck. We did not see a Tinker, but we can just channel Blightsteel. Reality Chip would be good if we had any creatures whatsoever that we could equip it to, because then we could just, like, cast our whole deck. But Blightsteel it is. There's a Phyrexian Metamorph, which is a copy of an artifact, which, if we have plenty of those, we'd have, like, double smokestack action. That'd be pretty cool. This is not really an LED deck. We don't have any draw 7s, so we'll take a Metamorph. The dream is to Metamorph Blightsteel. A Eureka would be very good for this deck. I think we missed Show and Tell. Is this a Nahiri deck? Nahiri can cheat out big Eldrazi. There's a fetch for Trop, and only Trop, and I guess an island. We do have Boros Signet. We have a Mox Pearl, Azorius Signet. We have 1 red Signet and a lot of white Signets. So Nahiri's not actually that hard to cast. I think we take Nahiri because it helps us loot away lands and stuff to get to our top end, in addition to just winning the game by itself or removing a problematic permanent. This can be a Time Spiral deck. This is not really an Oblivion Stone deck. We don't have enough black sources to cast a Grizzlebrand, but, like, any draw 7 with this much mana is good, even if we're not untapping that many lands. So I'm still going to take Time Spiral. Inkwell came around. There's a Mutavault Thespian stage and a Utopia Sprawl. If we're playing a bunch of forests, Utopia Sprawl is effectively another mana rock. It fixes for colors, because we can name whatever color we want. We don't have Tinker, so Inkwell is less important. I think we take Utopia Sprawl to just be all in on the ramp plan. We're not going to be playing High Tide, because we're probably going to be playing majority forests and some islands. This is a decent Goldspan Dragon deck, but I think Retrofitter Foundry is better for us, especially with Tolarian Academy. Thragtusk keeps us alive. Fiery Islet helps us play Nahiri, as well as we can just sack it to draw a card. I think I'm going to take the Fiery Islet. I can take Ancestral Visions for this deck. I can also just take Emrakul, the Promised End, because that's pretty backbreaking, and it's another thing we can channel that instantly wins the game. So we'll take that. I guess I take Exploration. I'm not thrilled about it. We don't have a way to play a ton of lands. I'll take Pest Infestation for the sideboard, and we're not playing Hana and Elena. Okay, time to see what it is we're actually playing. It's definitely a big brown deck. We might need a regrowth. Probably not. Cultivate's decent. We're not playing Tovolar's Huntmaster. We're not playing Progenitus. We do not have Tinker, so Blightsteel is significantly worse. But it's still playable in this deck because we have so much ramp. Mox Pearl is a strictly better land for us. So these are the 5 lands we're going to be playing, plus Fiery Islet, I guess, and the rest will basically be forests and a couple of islands. I need to cut a number of cards to make this deck work. We can play a very fast Lodestone Golem, like Land Mox Mana Vault Lodestone Golem on turn 1 is pretty good. We could sideboard Mindslaver. It's less good without Tinker. Getting it into play quickly and using it is strong. This is really tough. I don't want to cut literally any of the ramp. I think Regrowth is less good, because there's not a lot of stuff I want to buy back. It's better with like powerful sorceries like Time Warp or Time Walk. We can buy back Upheaval. We can buy back Factor Fiction or Time Spiral or Mindslaver, but like I think we need to pretty much stick to just ramp for this section of the deck and then decide what top end we're playing. I could cut Nahiri, and that makes our mana a lot better. Like, I won't have to run Fiery Islet. She's good, though. Let's just see what the deck looks like without her, and then decide. Because we can stick to green and blue, that's pretty good. Like, Channel is practically amazing no matter what happens with this deck. Utopia Sprawl is great with the Upheaval game plan. We're going to be playing a lot of forests because of Nissa, and we want to cultivate, because cultivate gets us a forest and an island. We can definitely play blue stuff off of just our signets between Azorius Signet, Izzet Signet, and Gilded Lotus. I don't want to rely on that entirely. We'd lose the opportunity of just like having like a few islands in the deck, but I need to cut like 4 cards. I can probably run 15 land with this many signets. Probably. But, like, I know that having 4 giant creatures to... I could actually cut Blightsteel. I have no artifact-specific tutors. Like, if I had Tinker, Blightsteel would be really good. And just have, like, 3 top-end spells. I can stick Relic in the sideboard, because that still leaves Mana Vault, Retrofitter Foundry, Mox Pearl for Urza's Saga. I think this is a Winter Orb deck. I definitely do. I need to cut like 2 or 3 cards still. This is very, very hard. I think we picked an open lane, though. Man, even if we like channel Smokestack, like Smokestack and some Mana Rocks, and we're gonna win. I don't know about channel Mindslaver, though. That would be silly. I'm having a really tough time with this. Phyrexian Metamorph is realistically a 3-drop. I think Utopia Sprawl is like kind of necessary for blue-colored mana. I could cut like a Signet, but I really don't want to. We have 5 Signets. That's great. What do I cut? Alright, I think I'm going to pause the recording really quick, and then I'm going to edit this deck some and come back to you when I am finished with it. Okay, I think this will work. So let me explain my logic on a few things really quick here. I cut Boros Signet because it was the only Signet we had that doesn't coincidentally tap for green or blue. The other 4 Signets tap for one of those colors, and those are our 2 primary colors. I'm running 14 lands because I'm counting Mox Pearl as a land, because it's just like a colorless mana source here. I think I might need a 16th land, but the auto-suggest put way more islands in this than forests. I'm going to argue that forests are more important because of Channel, because of Cultivate, and specifically Utopia Sprawl. After we get to 2 mana, we're going to be playing Signets. We're probably going to be able to cast whatever we need to cast. I did not cut Retrofitter Foundry because Retrofitter Foundry makes a bunch of 1/1s for Tolarian Academy, which is pretty big. It's a target for Urza's Saga, which is pretty big. It synergizes with Urza's Saga tokens, which is pretty great. I couldn't really cut Lodestone Golem because Lodestone Golem is insane with Upheaval. Like, you just float a billion mana, Upheaval, recast everything, and play a Lodestone Golem. Your opponent is not going to be able to cast any spells alongside the only land they can play for the turn, which is just nuts. I cut Emrakul the Promise End because it was still our worst top-end card. We have 2 Eldrazi's that immediately impact the board. And Mindslaver effects are really powerful, but like I have actual Mindslaver. So yeah, I think this will do it. I might want a 15th land to have a total of 16 base mana sources, but I have a bunch of Mana Rocks, like an actual ton of Mana Rocks, and I hope this works. I'll see you guys in round 1. I am already regretting that low land count, but this hand would be very good if we could draw a second land. Do we risk it? I think if we were on the draw, we could, but I need to mulligan that. Okay, I can keep this. And I think I'm going to put back Tezzeret. Now we just draw a Signet and we're off to the races. If we had a Signet instead of this Gilded Lotus, we could play a Factor Fiction turn 2. Okay, we draw a Lodestone Golem. So play an island, pass the turn. Gonna kind of camouflage what it is that we're actually doing. Okay, opponent plays a Signet of their own. Nice. Play a Mox Pearl. Play a Winter Orb. Opponent untaps their island. So I think if we draw a mana source, we'll be playing a Lodestone Golem. Opponent plays a Metalworker. So they are a very similar deck to what we are. I guess we'll play a Retrofitter Foundry and pass. Opponent untaps an island. See what they reveal. 4 mana. So they can play a Coercive Portal this turn. They play a Signet. Into a Coercive Portal. Alright. We untap. We draw a Forest. So, play a Forest. Kind of regretting this Winter Orb at the moment. Which we might be siding out for a land, specifically in this matchup, because opponent has so many Signets. I think I have to cast a Factor Fiction here. Homage. Let them draw a card. If we draw, like, Tolarian Academy, or if we can hit it off of Factor Fiction, that would be great. Oh no. Sundering Titan. Did my opponent mess that up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think they can cast Sundering Titan this turn, but they're going to cast it very soon. Tinker. Alright. Tinker for Golos. They get Tolarian Academy, which is what we would be hoping to hit. And then they pass. So, like, I think the play is Factor Fiction, hoping to hit Tolarian Academy. Otherwise, just, like, make a servo. Okay, there's a Mana Vault. Mana Vault can help ritual us back up to enough mana to maybe do something. They put Ulamog, Signet in one pile. Ulamog, Signet, Island. Or Cultivate Mana Vault. I could actually cast Cultivate. This is a good split by the opponent, I think. Let me think about this. I can untap a land, I can untap Mox Pearl, I can get to 4 mana with Mana Vault. If opponent plays Sundering Titan, I'm losing my Forest. I could Cultivate, and then I could get a duplicate Forest, and I would lose 2 lands, but I would keep 2 lands. But they would be tapped, and I have Winter Orb. I think we take the pile of 3 here. And we will untap an island. Okay, we draw an Azorius Signet. So we can play an island. Play a Signet. And play a Signet. And pass the turn. Okay, opponent has like infinite mana forever. They reveal Sundering Titan again. They play Shelldock Isle. So opponent Spellseekers for Time Walk and casts a Time Walk. They attack us for 3. Man, opponent's deck is very good. It doesn't matter what we vote for. So next turn I have 4 mana. I'm really surprised they've not played out Sundering Titan. I suppose they would have to lose their Bayou and a Plains? Yeah, I am regretting playing this Winter Orb, though. Opponent has been taking much more advantage of it than we have. Okay, opponent plays a Sacred Foundry, which they would also have to sack to a Sundering Titan. They reveal Sundering Titan. Okay, they play Teferi, so they can tuck a Mana Rock, or they can just draw and untap a Tolarian Academy. Really wish I had that Oblivion Stone in this deck. That would be nice. It looks like they're just trying to set up for like a Golos activation. So they can like untap Tolarian Academy and a Plains, and then that's blue, black. Oh, they don't have... Oh, they do have black-green. Okay, so they could like activate Golos on their end step. They attack us for 4. Man, I don't know that I want to put Tinker and Time Walk back in their deck, but if I get the opportunity to cast Time Spiral, I think I have to. They untap Tolarian Academy and Shelldock Isle. We untap an island. We draw a forest. So we play a forest. And I think I have to cast a Gilded Lotus. Pass the turn. They're Shelldock Isling. Urza. Urza's pretty good. It's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm very close to dead. They're going to cast a spell for free, and it's an Orzhov Signet. Okay, they untap. They untap Tolarian Academy. We'll vote for Carnage, even though that's not what's going to happen. They reveal Sundering Titan and Thrawn Dynamo. So Thrawn Dynamo is mana neutral. They're going to tuck Gilded Lotus, which is unfortunate. We make a Servo. They play an island. Make a boatload of mana. They finally cast Sundering Titan. They only have to sack Sacred Foundry and Bayou. They don't have to sacrifice a Plains. Yep. Okay. I think they could have done that a lot sooner and killed us a lot quicker, but... Opponent's having fun. They attack us for 10. They change their mind and attack us for 7. I'm not going to block because if I draw Tolarian Academy, I can tap it for 6. Okay, they're going to cast an Oko for free. Oh no! Opponent's deck is stacked. And they make a food. Okay. Well, thankfully they didn't elk my Mox. Untap an island. Draw Nissa, who I could not cast if I wanted to, so I will finally concede because I'm just dead. Okay. I think Winter Orb's coming out of this deck. And I could bring in Boros Signet, or I can bring in a land, and I think I'm going to bring in a land. And I think it's going to be a forest. You know, maybe it's an island. We'll have it be an island. Alright, run it back like this. Hopefully we can just get like a quick channel victory. Not a channel victory, but this is a very quick smokestack. 1 second. Alright. Opponent does mulligan to 6. We play a forest, pass the turn. Opponent plays an island. We draw Fiery Islet. Play a forest. Play a Signet. I think I'm just going to play a smokestack. Because I can make them sack first. We draw Grim Monolith. I believe that actually helps just because it puts extra permanents on board. So I could like play Grim Monolith, have 5 mana, play Izzet Signet, go down to 3, activate for 1, and play Smokestack. Right? Okay, pass the turn. We do have a Revoker if we want to like name Boros Signet, because we don't have a Boros Signet. Opponent plays a Tolarian Academy. That is actually bad news for us. Oko! Oh no. They turn Smokestack into an Elk. Okay, well, so we go to combat and attack Oko. Then I think we cast a Cultivate, and then a Phyrexian Revoker Oko. So we'll get Island Island. Oko, Thief of Crowns. Pass the turn. Freaking Oko, man. Shutting off my smokestacks. Spellseeker for Time Walk. I imagine. I don't know what else you Spellseeker for if you have Time Walk. Okay, they Time Walk. So they basically just explored there for free. I suppose, like, I could draw Upheaval, and that would be very good. Okay, opponent plays Big Teferi. They're going to tuck Revoker and then just elk something else? No, okay. They're going to draw a card. They play a Plains, and then they pass. They get to untap some lands. They'll probably untap Waterlogged Grove. They do. We draw Forest. So cycle Fiery Islet, see what we draw. Forest. Play Forest. Go to combat. I think we attack Oko, attack Oko. If they have like a Swords to Plowshares, this attack is really bad because it kills Phyrexian Revoker. Okay. So we kill Oko, they kill Phyrexian Revoker. And then we can play Coercive Portal. Opponent has a mana leak that we cannot pay for. So we pass the turn. Man. Opponent has an active Teferi, though. And that's pretty bad news for us. Because they are going to start drawing multiple cards a turn. I can't believe they Oko Elked my smokestack. That would have been a sick smokestack, too. Even if they did have Tolarian Academy, because no matter what they were sacking, they were losing mana. Oh, great. Now opponent can just make like 19 servos a turn. Because they can untap Tolarian Academy after making a whole bunch of servos? Oh, come on. How do we win this? What can I do? I can like Time Spiral into something really good. Saga. Alright, well, play Saga. I'm pretty sure if I attack with Smokestack, it dies. They make a Thopter. Oh, they're going to make a 4/4 and block with that. I see. All right. Yep. Maybe I shouldn't have done that because like that makes an upheaval draw a lot worse. Okay, opponent plays a land. They uptick to Fairy. They're going to make a whole bunch of artifact nonsense with Retrofitter Foundry. Probably. Thrawn Dynamo. Oh boy. Yeah, if we could top deck Upheaval, it would be very good if it resolved. Opponent does have counterspells because of Mana Leak. Whether or not that's their only counterspell remains to be seen, but they make a bunch of servos so that Tolarian Academy adds a ton of mana. They attack us for 4. That Teferi is getting very close to ult. So like Time Spiral, Upheaval. Is Metamorph good? What could I Metamorph? I could Metamorph Grim Monolith. Or Thrawn Dynamo. Or I guess Retrofitter Foundry is not a bad idea. I'll just full price this, I think. Then pass the turn. Opponent's going to make a bunch more. I think I was actually supposed to clone Thrawn Dynamo because I have a Urza Saga that's about to make a Retrofitter Foundry, I suppose. So we make a Saga token, and we make a Servo. And then we block and block. Actually, if I block with this Servo token and they tuck anything with Teferi, the construct dies. So I'm actually just going to take the Servo hits for now. Okay, they uptick Teferi to 8. They play a Lotus Petal. And they make a bajillion mana. They have upheaval too! Well, at least they're not ulting to fairy. It would have been so good if we could cast it, but we couldn't. Okay. Sure. They did not play Tolarian Academy. They played an island. I mean, I guess this puts them in a more dominant position. It definitely stops us from doing that. I can't even really recast my hand without a Mana Vault or Mox. Yeah. Play an island. Pass. Sadly, discard. See if our opponent votes Carnage by accident. Okay, opponent plays a Mox. They had a Mox too. They have Time Walk and a Mox. Their deck is ours, but better. Still didn't replay Tolarian Academy. They're gonna tinker for Sundering Titan. Oh, it's so brutal! It's so brutal! Had I played a forest, they would have taken the forest. Oh my gosh. Yes, they get to untap their lands. I'm gonna go ahead and scoop. We are dead. Dang it. Alright, I'll see you guys in round 2. Alrighty, welcome back to round 2. We are a forest away from Channel. Yeah, I'll keep. Our opponent's name is Counter Magic. Is this because they only play control decks, or is this because they're doing the reverse psychology thing and they're actually aggro? Please don't strip mine me, bro. Okay, opponent plays a 3-color land. We draw Cultivate. Okay, that can get us a forest. Opponent plays a Copperline Gorge, so they are 5-color soup, probably Omnath related. Okay. Play an island. Cultivate. Forest. Pass the turn. Opponent plays an island. Plays a Knight of the Reliquary. Okay, well, Mindslaver is going to be fun. We draw a Mana Vault. So, play Mana Vault. Play Tolarian Academy. Channel. Then play Lodestone Golem, because they can't force or anything like that. Play Coercive Portal. Play Mindslaver. Mindslaver. Pass the turn. Let's see what they got going on over there. I'd say that was a successful channel. And we didn't just channel Emrakul, right? Like, there's stuff happening here. Alright. So, we're going to be kind of mean. Play Windswept Teeth. Let's get a look at their deck. They have a mountain. They do not have that many fetchable Windswept Heath lands, but they are basically a green deck, splashing all kinds of colors. They have a Mox Jet. Okay. So, fail to find. And then we float mana, sack a forest. We failed to find. And then we Elvish Reclaimer, sack a Copperline Gorge, and fail to find. Alright! Oh, the old triple strip mine you. Oh, that was pretty great. I think I will keep Winter Orb in against them. I probably should have an additional land. But, you know. This hand's good. It's not quite as rampy as we'd like, but we've got both of our colors of mana. We have double green off Golgari Signet. Opponent leads on a tapped Stomping Ground. We draw Forest. Forest is good. Pass the turn. We draw a channel. This hand is also fantastic. Mindslaver. Make you sack all your lands to your own effects. The cool part is, like, that was pretty backbreaking, but we were also just, like, dead to a big Knight of the Reliquary, so opponent, I think, conceded a little bit early. Play a Signet, pass the turn. So, like, another Signet would be a good draw. Mana Vault would be a good draw. Opponent plays a Layla. Attacks, exiling an Augur of Autumn. We draw Coercive Portal. So I can just play Coercive Portal here. Yes, let's do that. I could have played Tolarian Academy to maintain one extra life point there, but... Okay, Layla exiles a Breeding Pool. We're pretty close to an upheaval. Layla does so much damage so quickly. I think Mana Vault would get us to upheaval this turn. Opponent plays an Oracle of Moldiah. And a Silent Clearing. We untap, we say Homage. Draw Phyrexian Metamorph and Mox Pearl. That is pretty good. So we are definitely playing a Mox. That makes us 5 mana. I can then play Gilded Lotus. And then that's 3. Tap Tolarian Academy for 4. Upheaval floating 1 and replay Golgari Signet. I can't upheaval without Tolarian Academy. Play Gilded Lotus. Upheaval. Play Mox Pearl. Play Signet. Then I can discard Fiery Islet and a Metamorph as cards I'm not going to need. Opponent plays a Stomping Ground tapped. They have to discard 4 cards. And we are going to be playing a lot of spells very quickly with this Tolarian Academy. The only way that would have been better is if we could have upheavaled and then played Tolarian Academy post-upheaval. Or gotten Tolarian Academy's... Yeah, if we could have played Tolarian Academy post-upheaval. Because then we could have, like, I don't know, played maybe a Gilded Lotus or something. We draw Channel. We do have the ability to channel this turn, and I could Mindslaver. I don't think we do, though. I think we just play Coercive Portal and pass. Okay, so let's do Homage. Have to be careful when I'm voting, can't get careless. See what we draw. Phyrexian Revoker. So opponent's going to play Layla next turn. So I should probably try and channel and do something about that. I need to get up to 10 mana. I don't think I can Gilded Lotus first. So let's channel. Play Phyrexian Revoker. We'll say... shoot. Elvish Reclaimer, I guess? Then we can cast Mindslaver. Mindslaver our opponent. Pass the turn. Not the best Mindslaver in the world, but... So opponent has green mana. I cannot deny them green mana. I think all we do is like Prismatic Vista Crack, fail to find, tap mana. I could have forced them to discard Layla, I guess. Okay, we vote Homage. We draw Forest, we draw Lodestone Golem. How much mana is this? Can pay 5, have 6 exactly, and Time Spiral. This does let me untap my lands, mainly Tolarian Academy. So I have 7 mana. I can pay 2 to get 2 back, which I think I will do, and it'll be a Azorius Signet. Then I can play Selesnya Signet. I can play Retrofitter Foundry and Lodestone Golem. And attack them for 2. And this way they can't like recast a Layla and immediately smack me for a whole bunch. They can't play a Rex Sage or a Night of Autumn without Mox Pearl or Mox Jet and a white land. They have Fast Bond. Okay. So they can cast stuff if they have the lands. But we're going to play Ulamog. Okay. Vote Homage. We draw Winter Orb and Metamorph. So we play Saga. Float blue. Cast a full price Metamorph. Cloning Lodestone Golem. Yeah, that can cast Ulamog by itself. Play Winter Orb. Cast an Ulamog for 11. Oh, he's not an artifact. Alright. Double Lodestone Golem, Ulamog. Upheaval. Let's go. I'll see you guys in round 3. Alrighty, welcome to round 3, everybody. We're on the draw. I will be keeping this. We have Mox into Signet. It would be better if we had another blue land for Tezzeret, but it appears we are against mono red. And they probe us, so they do know what's up. We draw Time Spiral. So play a Forest, play a Mox Pearl, play Selesnia's Signet. And then we can Factor Fiction to reload next turn. Yeah, Signets get especially powerful when you have Moxes in your deck. Opponent attacks us for 2. We reveal a Mana Vault. That's pretty good. Opponent plays a Charticourse. We untap and draw Mana Vault. So play a Tropical Island, pass the turn. Opponent has perfect information on us because they've not given us any lands. But we don't play that many lands, so that's why. Okay, opponent goes to combat. Attacks us for 2. We draw an island. They hit us down to 14. That does mean we can play Tezzeret. And we can untap Mana Vault too. And then opponent is going to Snapcaster Probe, I guess. So they appear to be like blue-red aggro, which could mean that they drafted like an Ancestral Recall or something. Okay, they know our hand. But I think they were doing that more to just draw a card, because we Factor Fiction. Smokestack would probably be game over. I do like Gilded Lotus. Oh no, opponent, not like that. Oh, opponent. If there were 2 cards you were not supposed to put in the same pile, it was Gilded Lotus and Smokestack. You know my hand. You know what I'm capable of. Oh, opponent, that was incorrect. Draw a Signet. So I can play an island. Tap a bunch of mana. I guess if they have Force, this would be bad. We play a Gilded Lotus. Tap for blue. Play a Mana Vault. Tap for colorless. Play a Tezzeret. They do not have Force or Daze. Untap here and here. Upheaval, I guess? I don't know. I'm resetting the game here, but I'm going to like play my whole hand super fast. So we can't play a land because I played a land. Then we play a Mox. Then we play a Mana Vault. Then we play a Signet. Then we play a Signet, and we don't even have to discard. Now we're going to get a Smokestack. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, that worked pretty good. So let's run it back. Woo! Yeah. Do not. If you look at your opponent's hand and you see a ton of mana and an upheaval, do not give them more mana and a Smokestack. Oh my gosh, that is asking for pain. And so is this hand, because this is an ultra fast Smokestack. It's almost even faster. Play Mox Pearl. I guess I should have played an island to play around Daze. Play Grim Monolith. Pass the turn. I can upheaval next turn if I want to. I don't, particularly. But I can play Tezzeret into Smokestack, and that's pretty good. Tezzeret is like a ritual in this format. Opponent plays Young Pyro. We draw a Forest. So play Trop. Play Tezzeret. I could just -1 him, get Mana Vault, and then play Smokestack. I could get Winter Orb, but that would let him die to Young Pyro. I think it's safer to uptick. Play Smokestack. Pass the turn. Opponent Expressive Iteration. I mainly upticked just so that he would survive. We can, this turn, like, make a whole bunch of mana, Upheaval, and then play Smokestack, I think. We might need, like, one more broken mana source to actually do that. Attack Tezzeret for 2. We untap. Say we don't sack, and then we do put a counter on. We draw Nissa, which we can play, and then untap a land. We do. I think we just Upheaval and then play stuff. Yeah, let's Upheaval. I wish we had a way to float a green so I could play this Utopia Sprawl, but... Oh, I actually... No, I can, but it doesn't make a difference, really. Play Mox Pearl. I'm just gonna play Smokestack. Yeah, that's nuts. Oh man, Turbo Smokestack Upheaval. That was awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed this Vintage Cube. I did. This format is so much fun for me to play. You just do crazy stuff all the time. It's always different. And it's a ton of fun. So if you like this video, please leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel if you're so inclined. And remember, you can follow me on Twitch. Same username over there as you find me on here. I usually stream about once a week. At the moment, hoping to increase that. Of course, who knows, by the time this comes out, I don't know how far into the future it is. I pre-recorded a ton of these. So yeah, link to my Discord and Patreon is in my description below. And if you want to contact me, that's the best way. Other than that, you're all wonderful human beings. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!